Welcome to a new episode and a new beginning at my home. Yeah, it's going to be fun this video, figure out if we can actually do anything. Been a bit manic over the last few weeks of moving cars to my dad's, getting out the unit and trying to clear this garage out. So we managed to get Frank in here. A little bit tight, lots of suggestions on how to improve and tidy things up and make more space, so they will be coming over the next few weeks. I'll wait for payday. I'm going to try and make some new doors, which helps swing out and yeah, keep a bit more privacy. Yeah. Morning, Maggie. That's the trouble now at home. Garage door open, people walking past start chatting to you, and I'm friendly, they're friendly. It's a non-friendly people I don't really like. So yeah, sooner we get this buttoned down and hidden away a bit more so we can still work on it, we can do it. But I think I'll check the vote. I think everybody's going work on the spotlights. So I think I'm going to do that today. We can push the car backwards, get a bit of room here, and just go for that. I'm still not sure how I'm doing all the spotlights and stuff. I think we're just going to have to wing it. We get to the end of the video, it's mostly wrong. Everybody else will then comment and go, no, you should have done this way, that way, this way. Yeah, we just do it. Let's figure it out. Let's get some space and get the spotlights. Then try and find out where all my tools have gone. Because yeah, I wasn't very methodical. I was panicking a little bit at the end there. And so yeah, it might take us a bit of time to find all the bits and bobs again. Okay, after chatting to the neighbours again. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's seen it. They're my 6 spotlights. ABS Motorsport donated a 4 spotlight one, and we made up 2 extra bowls out of fiberglass and popped that on. Some of the old Metros used to have these 6 spotlights, so they work quite well to cover a lot of my mess. So my daughter, as she knew I was moving back to the bought us a very tiny wide angle lens that we clip on. So we're going to give it a go, this video, all the way through from now on. Let me put it on and see if you can tell any difference. I think you've more got in that picture there. Hello. Yeah, so we give it a go. Let us know what the quality is like, because I think maybe it's a little bit fuzzy in the corners, but you know, you guys aren't too fussed about fuzziness. Not too sure what we're having for tea tonight. Wife wants tacos, but I've really gone off tacos recently over the last year. I just don't know, the mince and the tacos itself, I much prefer something else, but anyway, we'll argue that out later. So yeah, wide angle lens, see how long that lasts. Yeah, and let me know at the end of in the comments whether it's been any good or not. So what the plan is, even though yeah, it's better we get a bit more angle in there to get the angle of the dangle. So ideally, tick list of things here. We want these lights to be able to sort of clip on quickly. I'm thinking I've got some link bars that we're going to use to help give the angle. We want to obviously cover the hole in the radiator here, which actually there isn't that much in the end. So what we'd ideally like is these to be able to sort of like flip forward, bonnet to come off. For the IVA, if we're going to go for that, I think we will eventually, is we'll just make a very simple cover for this. Because again, all this stuff on for the IVA is not good. So yeah, obviously I'm going to cause some scratching, I expect, but we need to work out exactly where we're going to go and decide whether we are going to keep all this, because basically what I'm thinking of doing is mounting on some fiberglass here. We've got some bits of fiberglass, and then basically bonding it on a little bit, let it dry, take it off. We can then fiberglass more from the outside and go from there. So I'll do a little bit of time lapse, but then I think it's a bit of thinking now. Just in case anyone's wondering why I'm doing the tin foil, is not because of heat shielding, is because I'm going to obviously hopefully do some fiberglass around this area, and so the fiberglass, that'll be a nice little simple barrier, cheap way of just not letting it stick to the bonnet, so we can then release it off the bonnet. That's my idea anyway. Okie dokie, after half an hour of looking, we found some of the bits that we need. So we found our bits of fiberglass and our fiberglassing kit. I found these, whatever they're called again, which we're going to hopefully use to make these down here. So yeah, back in a minute. Okay, done a bit of thinking, got some sort of plan. We're going to go for it and tweak it along the way, or completely throw it in the bin. So, need to make up some brackets. I think I'm just going to weld them to this for the moment. Keep it simple. They could bolt on, I don't know, but we can always cut them off if we have to. I have found an old classic mini master cylinder, and they fit over that quite nicely. So yeah, it's all completely ruined. Cut through that, disc cut through that, and that'll make two brackets that go straight onto there. And then we'll then look at making some brackets to go on the bottom of the spotlights. Well, trimmed them up a little bit. Maybe get more of the rust off in a bit, but hey, hammer height's good for that. And yeah, at least the neighbours know I'm back. Sorry neighbours. Okie dokie. Spitballed these. Just got one tack on them for the moment, so they're mostly going to break off at some point. But yeah, that's my idea. Going from there. We've got a little bit of wiggle room. I think we can still stiffen this bar that goes across up a bit more if we've got any problems, but oh, just for your entertainment, guys. So yeah, shame we haven't got another master cylinder, because we could make up another bracket for the underside, so we're going to have to look for some metal for that. Okie dokie. Again, let me know about the wide angle, let me know how it's going. I don't know how long these things will last in the garage, but yeah, anyway, what we're thinking of doing, we've got a little thin plate there, maybe it's got a thicker plate, but I've moved some plate down to the unit, and I'm thinking, yes, we'll weld that together. There's a big plate there, we can have loads of screws, bolts through the bottom of that lamp pod, and then we've got two little brackets, not really a bracket is it, coming off those. I think we're going to need some shorter turnbuckles. We can cut these down, but they're only threaded at the end, you see, so that's a little bit of a pain. But yeah, I think we can just order them up. They weren't cheap. Weren't cheap, well they were cheap. Alright, let's try this, mock this up. Okay, got our little platform tacked on. Just put some spaces on there just to stop it dropping down too far. So yeah, looked alright. So yeah, what I need to do now is maybe screw this back onto the bonnet. Then we can work out what we're doing with the flange and fiberglass in that on, and then we'll undo the screws later on. And then I've just drilled some holes in this at the moment, so we can just PK up through for the moment, but we can rivet nut that on or whatever. So what I'm trying to do in a garage with no space is just try and get an idea of, once I make a fiberglass lip, although to be honest it can go up an inch or so, you know, so I think I've got a bit of room actually to go. It will go up the bonnet, if you see what I mean. So I'm just trying to get rough position. It's one of those things that obviously IVA, road legal, all these headlights and stuff, God knows, just ignore that for now. But yeah, what we want to try and do is get most of the beam pattern, you know, I think I can cut more or worse away. But obviously it's not a problem if these lights don't really shine too much on the road, because you've got 6 more spotlights. So yeah, we'll be able to see where we're going. Does look wicked like that. I think I'm going to leave the underside all open. You won't ever see it, and it lets a bit of air in. And we'll just do something with the sides here at some point. Figure out what we're doing, just to sort of finish that in, so you can't just sort of it see in. Okay, we've got it suspended on its own weight. Just a couple of PKs in either corner. And now, yeah, what I want to do is I've got a bit of old, I don't know where it came from, a bit of fiberglass. I'll either cut off this or cut off the original body kit, and we'll lay that flat across there, and then what we want to try and do is then bond that on a little bit, not go too berserk, then we can lift it off and then bond it on properly from behind. That's the idea anyway. Benefit of being right next door, nipped inside, leftover turkey mince from the other night, turkey wrap, bag of crisps, and a Pepsi Max for the moment, because I've got to give the wife a lift to work, but then we may have a cheeky Stella in the afternoon. So I'm just going to sit back, contemplate what I'm doing there. You can just see I've just taped up and cut out a bit of fiberglass to make a flange, and yeah, we go from there. Okay, again, please keep an eye on my wide angle lens, let me know how it's doing. So basically I've chopped a bit more of the back off here to try and level it all, you know, do something. What we're going to go with the glue gun technique, where basically you glue all your fiberglass or whatever you can together, hopefully strong enough. We've also got some Lexan here, I think it's Lexan. Again, I can build up things like this. I'm hoping to try and build up the sides out of Lexan, whatever, some weird plastic, and basically fiberglass don't like it and it don't stick to it. So basically you can build it up, use it for flanges and stuff like that, fiberglass onto it, pop these off afterwards, job's a good one. So yeah, that's what we're going to try and do now, is try and build all this up, glue it all up, and we're actually going to take it off glued. That's the idea. We'll see how that goes. And then we just fiberglass on the outside, inside. You get the gist of what I'm trying to do? We can always slap a bit of masking tape on that as well afterwards. What I might just do is put some supports in just at the moment, just to help keep that angle of the flange, which we can then obviously just take off and glue off, take off. And then obviously we just be careful when it goes in, but I'm hoping we can then just unpick this glue. I'm pretty sure we can. When we then come to sort of put a bit of filler on it. Oh, it'll do, won't it? It'll do! Alright, you might be getting an idea of what I'm doing this side. It may be a bit square, so if I've got a bit of Lexan left, I might just put a little bit up at an angle in the inside, so it allows me to then sort of, when I put fiberglass inside, it allows me to make that edge a bit curved. Because I think I could get away with doing something a little bit different here, but I just didn't want to take the screws out. But anyway, once you get the bulk of it done, you can then cut it off later, refiberglass this little section. It, you know, don't matter, does it? Doesn't matter. Alright, other side done, sort of looking the same. And yeah, I don't know what I've actually made there, what a mess. It's only going to get messier because we're going to have to try and do some fiberglassing, which I think we've still got time to. I had a stupid idea that I was going to have this all done and painted today, but I think it'd be very unlikely even if we get filler. So yeah, I might take a thumbnail shot for the video and we'll do some fiberglassing. As we don't have a wheelie bin at the moment, we use wheelie bin. As we don't even have a bench at the moment, we're using the classic wheelie bins. I'm sure you guys have used them for all sorts of things. So yeah, masking tape even more on the outside. We'll flip it over, see what it looks like, and then yeah, let's get some fiberglass on it. Make a mess. Okie dokie, turn it over. I think this is the sort of angle we're going to get it at, because we've got to sort of like, got to get to these bits. I'm not desperately needing to put a flange on here, but if we can get a little bit of fiberglass. This is a bit where I wanted to maybe put a curve in, so we need to have a think about that. But yeah, have a think about that. Cutting plan is just to put some masking tape along it with a slight curve. That's not going to work, is it? It's going to soak in, I reckon. Okay, we're getting close to obviously already on the beers now. Getting close to needing to finish this video so I can actually upload it in time. I put too much hardener in again, and so it started going off in like jelly. So I've got a good 2 layers on this section. I only got 1 layer on the other one, so I'm just going to have to mix up some more in a minute and lay another layer in. That'll do. Okie dokie. Got a couple of more layers on those. A bit more on there. Again, too much hardener. Still went off, a stupid idiot. Anyway, paintbrush is all stuck in the fiberglass resin now. So Tony, ABS, I am apologising. But yes, throw away the brush, we get another one. Alright, nearly there I think. Okie dokie, end of the episode. Time to say thank you for everyone that watches. I've got a spot on the end of my nose. Oh, look at that. Everyone that watches, everyone that hits the like button, please do. More likes are better, especially YouTube algorithm. If everyone hits likes, they go, oh, YouTube goes, oh, this video must be interesting. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. I'm like 1 or 2 or 5 away last time I counted from 25,000. But I know from YouTube when you watch it, it actually says 25,000, but actually in the back end, it doesn't. So one of the kids went and got McDonald's for dinner. So actually me and the missus are having steak. So that's good. Patreons, thank you very much. Do a video during the week at some point as well. Everyone that buys stuff for the Amazon wishlist, thank you very much as well. I really must put all your names on the side of the car when I do. So if you do buy me anything, you don't have to. Make sure you leave a little note in there because, yeah, it's nice having stuff, but it's nice to know I can actually say thank you, especially if I ever meet you. Anyway, we're in the garage. We're home. We don't have much room, but we're still working on Frank. See you next time. Might be able to do another video tomorrow or the day after. Who knows? But we're home.